Well, as you can see, Autumn Garden is the name of the new collection from hot off the press. Now, it has lots of pieces, but let me start with the papers because, you know, that's where we always start. These are 12 by 12. They are double-sided, and I will give you a peek at every single one of them. They are as I said, the 12 by 12, they're 12. There are also 56 cutouts, and we did something a little different this time, so I'll show you that. These are 65-pound cover. It's 176 GSM, if that is of interest to you. It's a nice, sturdy cardstock, and here is what the papers look like. One thing to tell you is that always, because this is hot off the press, you will get ideas on the package itself. So there's a scrapbook page and a card. I'm going to show you both of them right now. So here is the first sheet, and you can see it's got this beautiful wreath. And if you're a scrapbooker, of course, your photos are going to go in the middle. If you are a card maker, I will tell you that you can take each one of these quadrants and make a beautiful card. Now, the papers come micro-perf. That means they come in sets of 2, and all you do is simply this. And they're going to tear apart perfectly. No frayed edges, no mis-torn pieces, just like that. And you can see this is going in the colors that you would think for autumn, with the browns, the oranges, the creams, and the shades of gold. So that's our first. This has cutouts, and aren't they pretty? Now, we haven't done cutouts like this, so that's something a bit different. The back side is some stripes. And then we have this. Now, I just had to add this cute little black cat. So you're going to see him, I think, in a couple of places. And again, as we open this up, they're micro-perf, just like that. And you saw the Oliver florals in the background. So there are shades of light and dark. That way they're good for all of your paper crafting needs. And here's another sheet. It's got the dots on it and a border and then 2 corners. The back side of it, it's got some stripes in the background, those copper colors. Here is another, again, the light and the dark playing with each other. And we're going to micro-perf those with the check. And then we have more of the cutouts, more of the traditional ones that we do. As always, many of them have greetings. Some of them just have the art. That way you can play with them together. You can add stamping, you can use dazzles, whatever you like. And on the back of that, we have an all-over pattern. Now, what might you do with those? Well, let me give you an example. Here is the scrapbook page that's shown on the back. And isn't that lovely? As I said, there is the photograph in the middle. Now, when this was done, the designer cut around that pumpkin with a penknife and then slipped her matted photo underneath, so it kind of all ties everything together. These are the gold studs. You can see that. These are from the paper collection, all of those cutouts that are included. And just to give card makers a look also, this is the card that is in the package. And as you can see, this is one of those pieces that I showed you that we are doing that look different. Let me find them. Okay, so here's this sheet, but the designer turned it horizontally to put it on this 6.5 by 5 inch card. Isn't that pretty? And letting this cutout go on the top. Really, really nice. Now, of course, if we've got pattern cardstock, you know that we are going to have solid cardstock. And here's the package. You get 2 each of 12 colors on 12 sheets. Now, how do we do that? Let me show you. So there's the same cardstock. It's the 65-pound cover, the 176 grams. So here's one side, and then here's the other side, a lighter shade of the orange. Here's more of the gold, and on the back side, a lighter shade of the gold. Here we have a brown, and on the back side, more of a tan. Then we have the yellow, and on the back side, just a lighter yellow. Then we have a brown, the back side a tan, then we have a black, and on the back side a light blue. Actually, I think this is really more of a navy blue, so I stand corrected. So adding the blues into the papers was a really nice addition. So that is the solid cardstock. Then we have the 6 by 6. Now it's this exact same configuration of patterns and so forth. We'll get in a little bit closer so you can really see these. And this has 24 sheets of 6 by 6. It includes 112 cutouts. So that's really amazing. As always, there is a sample project on the back, but I'll show that to you. So let me just bring these in. So there's the first one. There's that scaled down version of the one that you just saw. Micro-perfed also. There's the back side. Here is the second one. There's our kitty. And I'm going to open this up and micro-perf. Open that for you. And then there is the back side. And then here is the last set. And you've got the check. You've got more of the cutouts. So we have quite a few in this collection. Now, what might you do with that? Well, let me show you. Here is a 5 by 6.5 inch card. And what the designer did is she first used the solid cardstock to cover her card. And then she took a 6 by 6, and as you can see, she glued it to the center, had it equal to the fold of the card, and let the rest of it be a really nice mat. There's that kitty. And then I love how she cut this kind of long piece of paper and did a V in the center. There is one of the cutouts and some of the chipboard. I'll show you that in a minute. And here is our new straight line dazzles, and this is the colorful set. There is a copper design in there, so that works beautifully. Now, let's go into our die cuts. I guess we're gonna have to back up a little bit. There are 31 in the package, and they come on 2 sheets like this. They're already die cut. All you do is just pop them out. Very much like our cutouts in that many of them have the greetings, but some just have the art to allow you to do some overlapping and do some personalization. And I have to say the die cuts are really a fun favorite of our customers. And there are ideas on the back of the package, but let me show you here. We're getting close to show you. And this is using 2 of the 6 by 6 papers on this 6.5 by 5 inch card. There is one great big die cut foam taped on top with some brown ribbon, and that flash of color you're seeing, well, that's more of the colorful straight line dazzles. And here is the other project. And you can see, same idea of doing the solid to cover the card, and then a 6 by 6 right there. These are the die cuts glued down and foam taped, and one of the gingham ribbons, and again, those straight line dazzles at the top and the bottom. Now we also have chipboard, and the chipboard has 26 pieces in it, and there is an oval wreath, and you can see Thankful for You, we've got pumpkins, we've got vines, there's of course a kitty, 2 kitties, and let me show you. There is a project on the back, but here is a close look at it. This again is using the pattern papers and the straight line dazzles. These are the brown ones. And there is the chipboard, Thankful for You. And just gluing that down, well, inking it, of course. And then you can use markers, you can use ink pads, you can use embossing powders, and just gluing them on top of the wreath with a gingham bow. And isn't that pretty? Now, speaking of wreaths, we have the oval one in chipboard, but in our cutting die, we have a circular one. And this circular one is 4 inches wide, so that's going to work nicely on practically any size of card. You can see pumpkins, you can see acorns, leaves, and pine cones. And here is the example on the back of the package, again, using the autumn garden papers. You can see that that wreath is right there. And we made the wreath so that it looks very much like twigs. So a little different than other wreaths that are out there. I love the look of it. And then you can see how these were die cut, and there's some etching that's done on them, so you're going to see those lines in the pumpkins as well as on the leaves as well as on the pine cones. So that works nicely with the 6 by 6 paper. And then we have some dazzles on the edges. That card, by the way, is on the package, so just to give you a hint. So as you can see, we have a wonderful collection. So backing everything up, we have the Autumn Garden 12 by 12 with the coordinating 12 by 12 solid. the 6x6 as you saw, the 31 die cuts so that you get even more embellishments, and we also have the chipboard and the cutting die, all of this. Now, if you're like many of us, you want everything. So we have something for you just to make it easy. It's called I Want It All subscription. Every month, those who subscribe, we will send you the entire collection. Well, not the die, okay? Everything else at a 20% off retail. So a good deal, and you get it before the webisode. And so that's really nice. Now, if you want us to include that cutting die, well, we have something for you. It's called I Really Want It All. And every month, the same thing. You're going to get everything at 20% off. We do include the cutting die. And just click if you want to subscribe to either of these. Over on the right-hand side of your screen, you will see that. In any case, I hope you enjoy the Autumn Garden Collection, new from hot off the press and exclusively here at paperwishes.com.